Hello everyone, for today's speed painting, it's going to be Pumpkaboo. Here's the reference picture. It's an adorable Pokemon that was super fun to draw and also very spooky season appropriate. Like pretty much all of my drawings, I do the outline first. It's a very bad habit of mine, I would say, because usually when you draw, you would start with an overall shape first. It could be a square, a circle, whatever shape you need, and it gives you an overall idea of your composition and proportion. But because I didn't do that, you're going to see me adjust, like right now, the picture as I go. Which is fine, it turned out okay, but it gave me a little bit more of a hard time. I even did right there a small sketch of what I was supposed to do, but ended up not doing. Now, for the program that I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I stream and draw directly from my Surface Pro X. It might not be the best configuration, but it still works. Usually I try to keep my lines a little bit clean, even though I still color when it's pretty sketchy like this. If you wanted to achieve a more crisp look, you could just create another layer and kind of trace everything with another pen to achieve that kind of cleaner look. I like the sketchier version, so I kept it like that. Now for the colors, I had to eyeball pretty much everything because I didn't save the picture on my hard drive, so I couldn't really color pick anything. This specific brush behaves like a watercolor brush. With any other brushes, you can kind of get the similar look if you change the opacity, so the amount of pigment, quote unquote, that would go on top of the paper. And because I wasn't satisfied, I ended up doing another wash with a pink and orange mix. Here's the color dots that I use pretty often. It allows me to adjust my drawing and be a little bit more consistent, because if I had to eyeball every time, I may achieve a different look or at least color scheme throughout my drawing, which is not very ideal. And this part, I didn't realize it yet, but I put the brown on the wrong layer, so I had to undo everything and do it all over again. Now, usually, if I had a crisper and cleaner look to my outline, I could have used the bucket tool to fill the colors in. But because I kept it more sketchy, there was a high chance that if I tried using the bucket tool, it would just fill out the whole paper. Now for the top part, I had a hard time being satisfied with what I did. You'll see me go over it several times by adding a little bit more shadow, ended up not being satisfied, doing another layer of brown, and so on. Now to my favorite part, the glowy part. I picked a very bright yellow and tried 3 different shades of orange to balance it out. In order to achieve a more bright and intense color, I had to layer several times and blended the orange with it. So the first orange that I picked was actually too pale to my liking, so I ended up just switching for a more intense orange and blended it with the base yellow just to achieve that kind of glowy look. Here's me reacting to something happening in chat. So I created at this point another layer and switched the setting to add in order to make it very bright. It kind of gives you a very neon look, to be honest, if you're not careful enough, but it made things a little bit more intense for the light source. Here's me going over again with the brown. Like I mentioned before, the top part was actually not very satisfying for me to work on. So I fiddled with it and was still not satisfied. Here's me adding some shadow at the bottom. At this point I was almost done, but it was really about adjusting things. So here's a final result for Pumpkaboo. He's a super cute dude that may look a little bit too washed out in my opinion, but it still works. So if you guys have any suggestions, you can write it in the comments below, or if you see me in chat during one of my live streams, just drop a comment and say hi. I'll see you guys next time, and take care. Bye!